A long, long time ago, way back in the Bronze Age, around 1200 BCE, the Celts appeared. This was a time when human civilization was just beginning to take shape in Europe. The Celts were among the first to leave a significant mark on the continent. They were a mysterious and fascinating people whose origins are still debated by historians and archaeologists today. It's hard to know exactly where they came from. Some theories suggest they originated in the Upper Danube region, while others propose they came from the steppes of Central Asia. What we do know is that they were a dynamic and influential culture that spread rapidly across Europe. Back then, their world was all about bronze tools and weapons. The Celts were master metalworkers, creating intricate designs and functional items that were both beautiful and deadly. Their expertise in bronze working set them apart from other cultures of the time and gave them a significant advantage in both daily life and warfare. They were super good at making things, and really good fighters too. Their craftsmanship extended beyond tools and weapons to include jewelry, pottery, and textiles. The Celts were also known for their fierce warrior culture, with a reputation for bravery and skill in battle that was respected and feared by their neighbors. From their home in the middle of Europe, they started a big journey that changed a whole continent. This migration wasn't just a single event, but a series of movements over centuries, driven by various factors such as climate change, population pressure, and the search for new resources and lands. They weren't just one group, though. The Celts were a collection of tribes, each with its own unique identity, yet sharing common linguistic, cultural, and religious traits. This diversity within unity allowed them to adapt to different environments and challenges as they spread across Europe. There were lots of tribes who spoke similar languages, had similar cultures, and believed in similar things. Their shared beliefs included a pantheon of gods and goddesses, reverence for nature, and a strong oral tradition that preserved their history and myths through storytelling and song. They spread across Europe super fast, like a wildfire. This rapid expansion was facilitated by their advanced metalworking skills, warrior prowess, and ability to form alliances and trade networks with other cultures. They went east toward the Black Sea, establishing settlements and influencing local cultures along the way. Their presence in these regions is evidenced by archaeological finds such as burial mounds, artifacts, and remnants of their distinctive art and craftsmanship. West to the Atlantic Ocean, where they interacted with the maritime cultures of the Atlantic seaboard. The Celts were not just land-based warriors, but also skilled seafarers who navigated the challenging waters of the Atlantic to trade and explore, and south to the really old civilizations near the Mediterranean Sea. Here they came into contact with the advanced societies of the Greeks, Etruscans, and Romans, exchanging goods, ideas, and sometimes engaging in conflict. Their story is all about moving, growing, and changing. The Celts were a dynamic and adaptable people whose influence can still be seen in the cultural and genetic heritage of modern Europe. Their legacy is a testament to their resilience, creativity, and enduring spirit. The early Celts were amazing craftspeople and artists. Their skills in metalworking and artistry were unparalleled in their time, and they left behind a rich legacy of artifacts that continue to fascinate us today. These early Celts were not just warriors, they were also creators of beautiful and functional objects that tell us a lot about their daily lives and beliefs. We know a lot about them from the Hallstatt culture, named after a place in Austria. This site has provided a treasure trove of information about the early Celts, revealing their advanced skills and complex society. The Hallstatt culture is a key to understanding the early Iron Age in Europe, and it has given us a window into the lives of these fascinating people. From 800 to 450 BCE, the Hallstatt culture was really important. This period marked significant advancements in technology, social organization, and trade. The artifacts from this era show a society that was both sophisticated and far-reaching, with connections that extended across Europe. The Hallstatt culture laid the groundwork for the later Latène culture, which would further develop Celtic art and society. They learned how to work with iron, which was stronger than bronze. This technological leap allowed them to create more durable tools and weapons, which in turn supported their agricultural and military activities. Ironworking was a game changer, enabling the Celts to dominate their environment and expand their influence. Iron tools and weapons changed everything. The introduction of iron revolutionized many aspects of Celtic life, from farming to warfare. Iron ploughs made agriculture more efficient, while iron swords and spears gave Celtic warriors a significant advantage in battle. This period of innovation set the stage for the Celts to become one of the most powerful cultures in ancient Europe. The Hallstatt Celts were great artists. Their art is characterized by intricate designs and motifs that often had symbolic meanings. They decorated their weapons, tools, and everyday objects with beautiful patterns, showing a deep appreciation for aesthetics. This artistic tradition would continue to evolve and influence later European art. They made beautiful jewelry from gold and bronze with really cool designs. These pieces were not just decorative, they also indicated social status and were often used in trade. The craftsmanship of Celtic jewelry is still admired today, and many pieces have been found in burial sites, suggesting they were highly valued by their owners. They buried their dead with special objects, which shows they believed in life after death. These burial practices provide insight into their spiritual beliefs and social structures. The objects found in graves, such as weapons, jewelry, and pottery, indicate that the Celts believed in an afterlife where these items would be needed. These burial mounds are all across Europe. They are a testament to the widespread influence of the Hallstatt culture and its burial customs. Each mound tells a story of the individual buried there and offers clues about the broader society. Archaeologists continue to study these sites to learn more about the Celts and their way of life. They tell us a lot about what they believed and how their society worked. The artifacts found in these burial mounds provide a wealth of information about the social hierarchy, daily life, and spiritual beliefs of the Hallstatt Celts. By studying these objects, we can piece together a picture of a complex and vibrant culture. Trading was also super important for the Hallstatt Celts. They established extensive trade networks that connected them with other cultures across Europe and beyond. These trade routes facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies, contributing to the cultural richness of the Hallstatt society. They traded with faraway places, and that's how their ideas spread. Through trade, the Hallstatt Celts were able to influence and be influenced by other cultures. This exchange of ideas helped to shape the development of European civilization, making the Hallstatt culture a crucial part of our shared heritage. Around 450 BCE, something new happened in Celtic history. This period marked the beginning of what we now call the Latène culture, a name derived from an archaeological site on the northern shores of Lake Neuchâtel in Switzerland. This era was characterized by significant advancements in art, craftsmanship, and societal structure among the Celtic tribes. The Latène culture, named after a place in Switzerland, began. This culture spread across much of Europe, influencing regions from the British Isles to the Balkans. The Latène people were known for their intricate metalwork, vibrant art, and complex social hierarchies. This was a time when Celtic art and culture really bloomed. The Latène Celts were not just warriors, they were also skilled artisans. Their art was characterized by intricate patterns, swirling designs, and a deep appreciation for nature and mythology. The Latène Celts were amazing artists. They created stunning pieces of jewelry, such as torques, bracelets, and rings, often made from gold, silver, and bronze. These items were not only beautiful, but also held significant cultural and symbolic meaning. They made beautiful metal things like necklaces, bracelets, and weapons. Their weapons, including swords and shields, were not only functional but also elaborately decorated, showcasing their artistic skills and the importance of warfare in their society. And they didn't just work with metal. The Latène Celts were also skilled potters. They created beautifully decorated pottery, which was often adorned with intricate designs and motifs that reflected their artistic style and cultural beliefs. They decorated pottery with cool swirls and pictures of animals and people. These designs were not just for decoration, they often told stories or represented important symbols in Celtic mythology and daily life. They had a special style all their own. The Latène artistic style is easily recognizable by its flowing lines, intricate patterns, and the frequent use of natural and mythological themes. This unique style set the Latène Celts apart from other contemporary cultures. During the Latène time, some tribes became more powerful than others, and their society became more complicated. The rise of powerful chieftains and the establishment of hierarchical structures marked a significant shift in Celtic society, leading to increased trade, warfare, and cultural exchange. This time set the stage for when the Celts met the powerful Roman Empire. The interactions between the Celts and Romans would eventually lead to significant cultural exchanges, conflicts, and the eventual integration of Celtic territories into the Roman Empire, forever changing the course of European history. Celtic society was interesting. Warriors were really important. Everyone looked up to them because they were so brave in battle. They were fierce fighters and their enemies were afraid of them. But Celtic society wasn't just about warriors. The Druids were also really important and powerful. Druids were like wise men and women. They were in charge of knowledge and told everyone what the gods wanted. They were like priests, judges, and teachers all rolled into one. They memorized tons of information and told stories to teach people. The Druids kept Celtic traditions alive for many years. The Celts had lots of gods and goddesses. Their stories are full of heroes, love, tricks, and a magical place called the Otherworld. Each tribe had its own special gods, which shows how different the Celts were. Some gods, like Lugh, the god of light, skill and power, were worshipped by lots of tribes. Nature was super important to them. They worshipped in forests and believed that spirits lived in rivers, trees and mountains. Their stories explained the world around them and how they fit into it. The Celts didn't stay in just one place. They moved all over Europe. They fought with other powerful groups and changed the places and people they met. They went to the Iberian Peninsula, that's Spain and Portugal today, and built new settlements there. They also went to the Balkans and met the Greeks, which changed the Balkan culture. As the Celts moved around, they met lots of different people and cultures. They shared ideas, tools, and art with each other. The Roman Empire was growing stronger and stronger, and that was bad news for the Celts. The Romans had a big army and wanted to conquer everything. The Celts loved being independent and fought hard against the Romans. There were lots of battles. One of the most famous battles was in 390 BCE, when a Celtic army led by Brennus attacked and took over Rome. This really shocked the Romans and showed them how strong the Celts were. But the Romans didn't give up easily. They kept coming back. When Julius Caesar and the Romans conquered Gaul, that's France today, things changed a lot for the Celts. The Celts fought bravely, but the Romans were too strong. Celtic lands became part of the Roman Empire, but the Celts didn't disappear completely. They kept their culture alive in their hearts and minds. The Romans might have taken their land, but they couldn't take away their culture. Far away in the British Isles, where the Romans didn't go, Celtic culture stayed strong. The Celts kept telling their stories and speaking their language. This is how their culture survived. The Celts might not be a big, powerful group anymore, but they left a lasting mark on the world. You can still hear their influence in the languages spoken in Ireland, Scotland, Wales and Brittany. These languages came from the languages the ancient Celts spoke. Their art, with its cool swirls and pictures of nature, still inspires artists today. We still tell the stories of their gods and heroes, which reminds us of a time when the world felt magical. The Celts weren't just warriors. They were artists, storytellers, and wise people.